message. We, the diaspora, are committed to develop a strong partnership and collaboration for shared prosperity with our homeland, Indonesia. We have seen throughout this Congress a convention center full of positive energy. The past few days has been filled with gleaming hope, shared dreams, and common cause to bring in our best collective spirit and to continue to contribute to the republic that we all love. So what I'm going to try to do today is synthesize the results of the Congress. There's been a wide range of issues that's been discussed in this historic Congress. For the sake of brevity, let me just share with you the highlights, outcomes, as well as planned follow-ups from the sessions and committee discussions. Recommendation on institutional structure. We are committed to put in place a mechanism within the diaspora to empower itself going forward. Members of the diaspora have agreed to establish the Indonesian Diaspora Network, which is an independent and autonomous hub that functions as an enabler and an amplifier of the diaspora and grassroots community organizations within the diaspora. The Indonesian Diaspora Network will have national and local chapters, which consist of members of the diaspora. The network will work with its interlocutor within the government, specifically the newly established unit in charge of the diaspora affairs at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and to form strategic alliances with other institutions, public and private, in carrying out its programs in various themes, including in philanthropy. Finally, the network will also identify champions among you, among us, among the diaspora, to take this agenda forward and to encourage members to function as special envoys to spread the message that transpired from the Congress to the various diaspora clusters around the world. To ensure continued momentum after the Congress, the diaspora will initiate a series of initiatives and programs, namely collaboration with Indonesian media to facilitate information sharing, the establishment of a foundation to implement various programs, namely the Computer for Schools program, Foster Family One-on-One program, the Indonesia Diaspora Brain Bank, and a quarter-a-day social fundraising movement. Also, our friends at Permias have agreed to hold their Congress in 2013 and will commit itself to develop a paper entitled Indonesia 2050. This paper will be presented to the government. Recommendations on the next Congress. It has been agreed that the next Congress will be held in Jakarta in August 2013. A joint committee which will consist of the National Organizing Committee in Indonesia and then a steering committee within the diaspora will be established to plan, prepare, and organize the Congress. Ambassador Dino Jalal will announce the details with regards to this further. The National Organizing Committee is expected to receive full support from the Chair of the National Economic Council, Bapak Hairul Tanjung, Minister of Tourism and Creative Industry, Ibu Mari Pangestu, Minister of National Education, Bapak Muhammad Nuh, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Bapak Martin Atalegawa, Chief of the Investment Coordinating Board, Bapak Muhammad Hasdi Basri, and the Indonesian Ambassador to the United States, Pak Dino Patijalal. Specific recommendations on public policy. The diaspora welcomes government decisions to establish a dedicated unit to oversee diaspora affairs and provide longer-term visa facility for people of Indonesian origin. The diaspora urges public policymakers, both within government and the legislature, to take this a step further, among other by starting the discourse about amending the immigration law to allow for dual citizenship. And then also to ensure a process which allows the voice of the diaspora to be taken into consideration in the deliberations of our legislative members who represents the Indonesian electorate overseas. And finally, thematic recommendations. There were 17 separate thematic discussions which resulted in specific recommendations on how to promote Indonesia's culinary heritage by focusing on key iconic Indonesian food, how to move in a more coordinated fashion in promoting Indonesia's soft power, namely through culture, how to streamline the process of sending migrant workers overseas, how to establish incubators in major Indonesian universities to expedite the development of ICT, how to enhance governance to further strengthen Indonesia's democracy and promote harmony in the diversity, how to engage young generation in defining Indonesia's profile for the 21st century, how to establish a business coaching and mentoring mechanism by successful members of the diaspora to promote entrepreneurship, how to actively involve the diaspora in training teachers to promote innovation through education, how to empower members of the diaspora who wishes to establish business outside of Indonesia, how to provide communications and ideas sharing platform among diaspora women, namely through the setup of a dedicated Facebook account, how to spur knowledge and creative economy within the diaspora, how to promote and encourage policymakers to emphasize on technologies for clean and renewable energy, how to encourage diaspora members to be active in local politics, how to increase business, trade, and investments links between the diaspora and Indonesia, and finally how the diaspora could engage and partner with their host communities to become exemplary residents. So these recommendations and more, I've just mentioned it in brief for the sake of brevity, but to learn more about this, we will have this documentation all ready for members of the diaspora. Thank you very much.